We're having fun with flags today in Gemstone. I grouped a few similar flags together, so don't be alarmed if I'm not following the list from game directly. Some of these settings can be adjusted by other commands too, such as flag group on or group open. You can see the full flag list by typing flag in-game. I'll also include a link to the GS Wiki flag page for additional reading. Let's dive in. You can enable a setting by adding on after the name and disable it by adding off. Up first is flag log on and flag log off. These will show you when other players sign on or exit from the game. Next up, we have flag disconnect. This is a way to see if a player lost their internet connection, but the character is still in the game. After that is flag silent log on and flag silent log off. This will prevent others from seeing when you sign in or sign out, respectively. Onward to the fame verb. You can use fame all 1 or fame profession 1 to see the top players in those categories, starting at rank 1. Using fame will show you more information. Type flag fame on to participate, and you need to check in at a local innkeeper to update the fame list. You can use fame name to see someone's fame if they have this flag turned on. Flag fame off will disable others from checking your fame. Flag inactivity on will increase the time before the server logs you off for not entering commands. Flag death off will prevent you from being disconnected quickly while you're dead. Flag silence death is usually off. Turning this flag on will stop others from knowing when you die. Flag show deaths on will let you see when others die, as long as their silence death flag is off. Flag OfflineExp should always be on if you're a paid subscriber. That way your mind drains when you're offline. Flag MonsterBold will highlight monster names. This setting also causes some GM messaging to stand out. You should always have this one on. Flag NoSpellLook off will show spell effects on top of your character when others look at you. Turning this flag on will disable that messaging. Flag ObviousHiding on will let others in the room know you're hiding. Hunt Pro will use this messaging to skip rooms where people are hidden. A role-playing thief may want this one off when not hunting. Flag RefuseSilvers on will stop others from giving you coins. Flag NoGroupShare on will exclude you from silver shared in a group. Please know you need at least 2 or more group members who are accepting silvers in order to share in a group. I prefer both of these flags to be off. The next 3 flags are GatherCoins, RightHand, and LeftHand. The first one is straightforward, but the next 2 have been reworked over the years to actually stow treasure you find. This is super handy at low levels. Just a word of caution, later on some creatures have treasure that can kill you. I prefer these to be on, off, off, and let my loot script sort for me. Flag group on is the same as group open. GroupLoot on will prevent others from searching your kills if they're not part of your group. GroupMovement on will stop a group leader from moving rooms if any party members are unable to follow. The NoAmbientMsg flag will stop you from seeing ambient messages. A good example of this would be a cricket box chirping while sitting in town square. Flag SortedView on will sort items in your containers into categories. While this can be useful, it causes some other scripts to not read inventory correctly. I highly recommend viewing my sorter script video, as this shows you a much cleaner output of your inventory. Flag RoomNames on will display the room you're in. Flag Description shows descriptive room text. Some like this flag off when traveling long distance for speed. Flag RoomBrief on will cause some rooms in the game to display slightly different description text Town Square Central in the landing is a good example. Your perception may also play a role in some things you see in a description. If you like the full combat and number experience, leave these next 3 off. CombatBrief will reduce some of the combat messaging you see from yourself and others. CombatNoNumbers will turn off the numbers determining if you hit or not. CombatSelfFull on will show your combat descriptions in full regardless of the first 2 settings. Flag ShowSpellName on will display spell names in the active spells command and dialog box. Personally, I leave this on to reduce confusion. Flag ShowCulture on will display your culture to others. Flag ShowProfession on will allow others to see your profession, both in your profile and also the who verb. An example of this being who, profession, empath. LayerClothing on will display clothing with layered messaging if supported. Flag ShowService on will be the same as typing service show when you log into the game. Flag SaferDrop on will prevent items from leaving your inventory via certain verbs or mouse dragging without confirmation. The more important one, in my opinion, is NoMarkedDrop, which is similar but only affects marked items. Flag dialogue should be set to on to make sure you view special client pop windows. This also ties into flag inventory as well. Having this setting on will generate dialog boxes showing items on your person and in containers. LegacyPetMove off will make pets auto-follow you instantly. Turning this flag setting on should add a delay before the pet arrives in your room. This flag setting doesn't seem to work on the test server though. Flag ShowLoresongs on will let you see when others lore sing in the room. Wrapping up the flag list are these 4. HideSFName on will remove your character name from the top of your game client. This does require a restart. AnnounceTps will tell you when you gain training points. Flag Portrait on will display character portraits when applicable. It's honestly rare to see a portrait. Flag AutoThink does nothing anymore since the ESP Thought network no longer requires you to rub crystal amulets. Another place you can change your flag settings is Options, Advanced, where checkboxes can be found. And that's fun with flags. Please let me know what you thought about the content, production, or new intro-outro cards. I hope to see you in Gemstone. Have an amazing day.